of entertainment, current events, and Hollywood. Don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Creator to Creators today. Today, we have a special guest.
My name is Skyve. I'm 19 and I'm from the Houston area.
Houston.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
Mm.
I love going back to the beginning, you know. I always say the beginning charts our trajectory in life, our little habits we pick up along the way, follow us into our adulthood. Tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was that like growing up and, there and kind of how did you find your way into doing music?
Yeah. Music is something that's been a part of my life, my entire life. Um, Ever since I was a kid, I've always been like downloading these free like beat making apps on my phone. It's something that I was like never able to get away from because I love doing it so much. Um, and eventually, after a couple of years, and 3 years ago from now, I downloaded my first DAW, so FL Studio, to where I started actually like taking music more seriously. And I know a lot of people say taking it seriously, but it's never felt serious to me. Like it's always, if it's not fun, then why am I doing it?
Hmm.
Um, and so, yeah, ever since I was, I think like five since
Nice,
I got my first
nice.
iPad, just downloading these little um, loop apps, putting things together. I've always just been a fan of making my own tracks and just listening to lots of kind of music in general. So it really has been something that stuck with me ever since pretty much I learned to talk.
I love that. I love that. Are there like, was there like any growing up, like any inspirations, any artists that you were like, yeah, I kind of want to like, not like be like the person, but like mimic or, they
Mhm.
inspire me to do this.
Yeah. In our household, we didn't really have like TV or anything. I did have my iPad, where I would make my beats on, but um, really the first time I started hearing other musicians was when I would start driving back and forth to this school I would go to with my mom, and we would just put on Houston's pop station, and pretty much all I listened to um, when I was younger was pop hits, like the popular, like really popular stuff. Um, and I would say I didn't take huge inspiration from anyone in particular, but I really liked artists like Shawn Mendes
Mm.
or Charlie Puth, Bruno Mars when I was a lot younger. That's, that trajectory has switched over time, but I'm glad I opened up with listening to mostly pop music because I feel like it's a good baseline to kind of know where all those artists sit and to be able to compare. Um, yeah, yeah.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, Mendez, Sean Mendez been around for a long time. He's so super talented, super
Yeah.
talented. I'm not really sure how he got started, but a
Yeah, me
lot,
neither.
I don't know. I think he just kind of showed up on the scene, or maybe acting or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah. Um, so, as a young artist today, in this kind of climate that we're living in, I mean, music world is always changing, right? There's always a new song, there's always new trends. How do you stay, I guess, inspired and also, up to date with the trends? Is it overwhelming at times for yourself?
I can't say that I can properly follow the trends. Social media wise and music wise, I really do just post whatever I'm feeling at the moment. And that's, might be a reason why I'm not, big yet or um yeah, I never really found myself following trends, which is why I guess it's not really fulfilling to me to follow the trends, but at the same time, I don't know if that'll eventually be necessary for me to start my growth more. But yeah, I can't say that I followed the trends much at all.
Right. I mean, I think there's something to that, that because you don't, right? Because you don't, like you have this sense of like, I don't know, almost freedom, because I feel like a lot of people who follow trends kind of get a little um I guess lost in a sauce because they
Yeah.
have to follow someone else's algorithm, and what works for
Mm.
one person may not work for like for yourself, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So tell me about the, song, which I think is just a really awesome title, in
Yeah.
Eternal Time.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? What inspired that? I mean, you're so young, like I mean, it's such a pretty deep title.
Yeah. Um, well, the thing is, and I do need to get better about this, but I always name my songs after the whole thing is done. So
Mm.
I normally don't start writing it and I'm like, I want to make this song about this. It's normally I start writing a couple things that kind of just flow good in the song or sound nice rhythm wise. Um, but so I did name, the song after the whole thing was done. Um, but I guess the main takeaway that I have from it and what the song is mostly about is being able to take a step back and kind of seeing like the people and things around you that are hurting you, but you don't
Mm.
realize it at first. Like certain people, that maybe a friend that's been there for a long time, but you've kind of lost the relationship and you're kind of clinging onto it. um it really is just being able to let go of the pictures, as I say in the song, um basically to free up more space in your mind to give you a sense of relief and essentially creating that feeling of eternal time, being able to get your time back.
I like that.
So yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like that a lot. Because I think that's actually a big one, of like hanging on to people that, no longer, maybe you guys outgrow each other, someone moves away, the love is gone, this. And it's like, how do you get your time back from, giving into someone that is like no longer giving into you? That is a really
Mm,
big lesson. But I actually look at it like this. I mean, or and how do you feel about this too? I'm curious.
yeah.
Is that when I look at like everything, whether it's good or bad, life in itself, our choices that we make, whatever relationships we get into, um, romantically or friendship wise, I feel like it's all a lesson and they're all
Mhm.
part of the journey of making you who you are, right?
Yes, I completely agree. Yeah, there's um I would say letting go of the things, like, yes, all of those are lessons and they're all, valuable. I always say either meet people for a reason, a season, a lifetime. And it's kind of, I guess, stepping back to figure out those people that you meet for a season or maybe just for a reason. And when you let go, it normally isn't just helping yourself, it is also helping that person that has been clinging onto you because um yeah, it really just helping everybody to let go of things that just aren't needed anymore.
I love that. Yeah. Tell us about working with your producers. What did he bring to the song that helped transform the original idea?
Yeah. So actually I did record this song, I think it was about a year ago, using just like a YouTube beat, just a random beat I found on YouTube because I wanted to get more into like an indie style of music because I've
Hmm.
only been doing rap music before. So it was pretty brand new to me. Um and a day after I recorded that song, the beat I had used was used by these really popular streamers. They were recording music on a live stream, and the beat blew up. Everybody started using it. I'm like, okay, I can't really post this song anymore because it was sold. All this stuff happened, um, and so when I got with my producer a few months later, um, I brought up the song and I'm like, I feel like this would be a cool one to recreate because a lot of people liked it, and I kind of just set it to the side because, um, the beat wasn't good anymore.
Mm,
And so, the producer I work with, he's really talented. He was able to pretty much hear what was going on in the original beat by ear, and then mix it up just enough to where, we weren't copying it one to one, but to where it still had that same body and energy and style. Um, and so trying to remember exactly what happened. I think we both did some of the drums because I like to produce, I produce a lot of my own music. I would say
nice.
50% of it.
Nice.
Um, he laid down like the rhythm guitars, the solos. I put down a solo too. So it was a nice flow of work while the song was being created as well. Very fun session overall. So I'm glad
Love
we
that.
decided to refurbish that old demo.
That's awesome. I love that. I mean, I think it's really important to have the right producer, right? Someone who's going to help you kind of, get the song to where you need it to be.
Hmm.
Um, and I think collaboration is everything for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I'm curious because I think a lot of people feel like they have to just stay in one type of sound or genre. You love multiple genres. Where do you think that openness to different sounds came from?
Think it really is just from what I listen to.
Hmm.
Um, because a lot of people they'll have, multiple playlists, like a vibes playlist or rap music or a pop playlist. I really just have one playlist. I call it a blend of everything. It has, symphonies on one point or one part. Really just every kind of music, and I take heavy inspiration from what I'm listening to at that moment.
Hmm.
Um, So my music taste does change a lot, and along with that comes my changing of styles and genres that I like to project in my creations.
I love that. I love that. I have a fun question for you. And there is no wrong answer, I promise.
Hmm.
The three levels of influence: money, power, and respect. If you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
Hmm, that's a good one. If I could only choose one, I feel like just because of the type of person I am, I would want to go with respect because I'm always like constantly thinking, and it's a curse and a blessing, but constantly thinking about people around me and um, what I'm doing, how it's affecting them. Um, and I feel like just respect in general just means like I'm a big people person. It just means being able to make more friends, invite more people into your family. Um, it just means being able to, I guess, be a social master. I don't know exactly how to say
Mm-hmm.
it, but
Hmm.
um, it'll be more fulfilling to myself, I think.
I love that. Um, I love the great answer. Great answer.
Thank you.
Um, your musical home base has been rap. What does rap give you creatively that other genres don't?
I would say the ability to write and spit lyrics and have it come out, I would say more clearly.
Hmm.
Um, because I feel like a lot of songs, I mean, pop music does this well, but a lot of indie songs that I listen to, um, the lyrics and flow of the writing is more there, I think, for it to just be catchy, at least what I listen to. And it's harder to actually like hear what the person is talking about and what they're saying. And I feel like rap music is very straight to the point. And there's a ton of, subgenres of rap, and I mostly listen to more of the alternative stuff like Tyler, the Creator, for example, um, who tells stories really well. And I feel like that's what I like to get out of rap music is being able to just tell some stories and have people, listen to it and dive into the meaning of the song more.
Hmm. For sure. Yeah, I always say those artists like Kendrick Lamar's or your J. Cole's. I feel like they tell
Mhm.
interesting stories when you listen to them. Like you got to go
Yeah.
back to hear them. Like, oh, it sounds good too. Like it's a good beat, but it's like, wow, they're actually talking about some very interesting things.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, you said, or actually, your dad told you if you're not growing, you're dying, which I love that.
Mhm.
How has
Yes.
that philosophy influenced you as an artist?
I guess it really is like whenever I'm making music, I don't even think about it because it's like I'm sharpening my sword, I'm bettering the skill I want to do the rest of my life. So I guess I only think of that quote whenever I'm sitting in my room. I've been watching a YouTube video for maybe like the past half an hour. That quote will randomly come to my head, and I'll be like, I feel like I'm rotting away right now, and I feel like
Mm,
I'm dying. And of course, I mean, you should always enjoy yourself every once in a while, like especially because music is the main thing I do. Like I'll allow myself to watch, some YouTube videos or do some things just for enjoyment, but it's something that I'm just constantly reminding myself of to sharpen my sword and to get better because it's hard for me to, I guess, let myself go, if that makes sense.
mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. A lot of artists are afraid to experiment because they don't want to lose their audience. And I think I mean, not just music, I think that applies to any part of like the industry, whether it's films or movies or television. I think a lot of
Mm,
people want to keep you in a box. Subconsciously, maybe they're like, "Oh, well, you sound better in this area. You should do this for your life." And it's like, no, I've never been that
mhm.
person either. I've always been someone
Yeah,
who's don't put me in a box. Like I'm gonna do something completely different. Like, and not to mimic anyone, but just because as creatives, we all have different sides to us that we want to explore and to learn about ourselves. So
yeah.
why aren't you afraid of that, of experimenting and not losing your audience?
Um, I would say maybe a big reason of it is because my audience isn't necessarily there yet.
Hmm.
And sure, I love all the people that, are following me right now,
Right.
but I think it'll be harder to navigate once, let's say 100,000 people are
Hmm.
following versus a million. Um, but I have a strong feeling that even when I get to that point, I still won't want to trap myself in any box
Hmm.
because I do music, sure, to make a living out of it, but it is the most fulfilling thing that I can feel for myself. And if it ever gets to a point where the type of music I'm creating just doesn't have that same spark anymore, I see a lot of people go down, the wrong holes, if they don't chase that feeling anymore,
Hmm.
which is why they got started. So I would like to say no matter what anyone is saying, I will always do it for me. And yeah, I think that's the best way for me to put it.
I love that. Um, you you you're planning on an album that showcases different sides of you.
Hmm.
What parts of Sky are people going to discover on this album that they haven't yet seen before?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, there's there's a lot. And this album isn't necessarily like, I guess the best way to put it is I've had 5 songs kind of just sitting, not sure what to do with. I
Hmm.
was gonna release them as singles, but then I'm like, I might as well make an album. Um, I worked with somebody I know who's gonna help me promote it, and also is on a couple songs in the album. Um, and so I guess the album doesn't really tell a story itself because of like it is all over the place. Um, hmm. But yeah, I would say there's just a lot. There's just a lot of different stuff coming in there, and
Being more
it
vulnerable,
really is all
you
over the
think?
place. Hmm?
Being more vulnerable in some songs for this one.
I think so. Yeah,
Nice.
there are definitely some songs in there that are just strictly for the vibe, for it to be
Mm,
catchy, to get
hmm.
some people moving. But I think the way I sorted the album, like what songs play when, um, it'll kind of bring you from that vibe mood into the more serious, heartfelt mood at the end.
Love it.
Um, so yeah, there will definitely be a little, emotional roller coaster, hopefully.
Awesome. I love that. If you could collaborate with any artist, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Um, have you heard of Booney?
I have not.
He's I'd say he's fairly new to music. He's been around for a couple of years, but he's a big artist that I listen to a lot, and he's mostly in that like indie slash jazz slash Midwest
Nice.
type of music space. And I do love creating that type of music. I am a guitarist and a singer myself, um, and because I listen to him so much, I can constantly think about like, oh, what would I sound like on this song? Or what would he sound like on one of my songs? And I think it'd be a really cool opportunity to work with the person I listen to the most.
I love that. That's awesome. That's cool that you play guitar as well. Was it self-taught?
Mm, at the start, yes, and then I
Nice.
was like, I'm not learning as fast as I'd like to. Um, so I got a teacher to number one, teach me faster, but also to hold me accountable because sometimes
Yeah.
I would, lose track of why I started playing it. So I was taught for about a year and a half, but
Nice.
I'm comfortable with my four chords, moving the capo up and down. It's I'm not a great guitarist, but I'm still learning every day. So
That's great. That's great.
yeah.
Um, Looking 5 years ahead, what do you want people to say about you as an artist?
That's a good question. I haven't thought about that. Um, I guess to say that he never changed for the people.
Mm,
Um, that he's authentic. Um, I guess I don't really have like a legacy quote that I want to go down in history in mind, but I guess that yeah, I never changed because for money or what anybody said or any of that kind of stuff.
love that. Love that. Do
Yeah.
you like and I'm curious like, because I think a lot of music artists today, and I know that you're fairly new to this music world, but
Mhm.
have you noticed or with just how everything is so fast paced? Does it feel like, man, as far as like music, being an artist, because you see all these other artists on TV, you see, those kind of scary stories of like what happens to artists. They get,
Yeah.
they come up and it's like they're not the same. And do you think the climate of the music world, or just from the outside looking in, the entertainment business altogether, could use a fresh new perspective or like a revamp from the
Yeah.
old ways to something new?
I am always open to change and down for change and excited to see where new things go. I do think, the music scene should grow because if it's not, it's dying. Um, and I think it'd be cool to see some to see more fresh stuff. I'm not fully sure um if I'm answering that question right or if I heard something, misheard something, but yeah, I'm always down for something new and a change to learn how to adapt.
Okay. Last question for you. What
Yeah.
scares you more, failing at music or actually succeeding and having everyone watching?
Um, I would say the failing part. Yeah,
Really?
because I guess I haven't experienced that second option yet. So who
Yeah.
knows once I actually get there, but um I am a type since I am a very social person, I am the type of guy that's like a big reason I'm doing this is to get myself out there.
Yeah.
Um and I don't know how it's going to feel once it actually comes. So that's a whole new adventure for me once I get there. But failing is something that, everyone has the right to be afraid of and something that I've definitely been afraid of for a while.
Well, I think you're gonna be just fine. Um, Also, where can people find you on social media to follow everything you have coming up?
Yeah, on all streaming platforms, it's Skyve, Skyve. And then on all social media, it's True Skyve. So just True and then Skyve. Um, you can find me pretty much everywhere besides Facebook and Twitter because I don't really want to get into all that Facebook and Twitter drama. But yeah, I'm on everywhere else.
Nice, nice. So you are on TikTok. You doing the TikTok dancing and stuff?
I mean, I'm not the trend guy, but who knows? If I want to get a song out, I might have to make a dance.
Nice, nice. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure. And please come back in the future. This was lovely. I wish you nothing but the best. And yeah, till
Thank
next
you.
time.
Yeah, it was a blessing to be here. You made it a very easy experience for me because this is, like I said, this is one of my first podcast slash meetings, so I appreciate
Woohoo! Yay!
it.
Well, you rocked it. You did great. You
Thank
did
you.
great. Absolutely. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.